Good morning. Thanks for joining me. This is a flow for the morning. It's called morning maintenance, so it gets all the great places. It hits all the perfect poses to get you moving and warmed up and ready to face your day. In this practice, we will need a wall space. So I'm going to be using the wall space. You're going to be having that as an option. So make sure before you get started that you have some wall space that you can use. You might want to have some space above you. There are going to be some handstand options for you if you'd like to go there. Otherwise, definitely need the low space so that you're able to get into your hips a little deeper and use the wall for that. So have your other props, strap, blanket, bolster, anything to help you settle into Shavasana later. So we're going to start seated. So come to a comfortable seat for a moment and then allow the eyes to close. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Allow yourself to come into the room, onto your mat, and into your body. Take a nice deep inhale, then sigh out the mouth. Scanning over the body here, checking in, acknowledging those areas late to rise, any injuries, any concerns, but then also acknowledging those areas that are a little bit more open and ready to expand in the practice, and doing so mindfully. And check in mentally, acknowledging what type of week it's been, maybe what type of morning it's already been. And then take a deep inhale, and then sigh it out. Letting that go. Allowing yourself to focus on your breath and your movements while you're here on your mat this morning. Taking your hands, bringing them in front of your heart, setting an intention for your day ahead or for this time on your mat. If nothing comes to mind, just being present with your breath is always a wonderful intention. Allow the intention to take form in your mind's eye and exhale fully. Inhaling to Om one time. Allowing the hands to come back down to the thighs. Allow those eyes to blink open. And we're going to start in a reclined position today. So allowing yourself to come onto your back. We won't be here long because I know it's morning and we don't want to let you drift away. But if you're feeling today that once you get down here and you need a little bit of Shavasana, go for it. Nothing wrong with that. I've been there before. You don't need your strap per se right now. We're just going to get into our hips and hamstrings just a little bit. Take your legs. Your knees are going to be bent and your feet are going to be as wide as your mat. And then take an inhale here, reach those arms up to the ceiling, really lift those shoulders off the floor, and on your exhale, draw those shoulder blades down. Good, and then keeping the shoulder blades onto the floor, bring your arms out like cactus. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, drop your knees to the right. Let your left hip lift. Inhale back to center, and exhale over to the left. Right hip lifts. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. This time holding a little longer. Inhale up to center. Exhale over to the right. Take an inhale, reach that left arm up by your ear. Exhale. Inhale, bends that left elbow as you bring your legs to center. Exhale over to the left. Take an inhale here, reach through that right arm. Exhale. Inhale brings that right elbow back as the knees come up. Exhale there. Bring those feet back to hip distance and take that right leg up to the ceiling. Good. Spread through the toes, keep your arms on the floor, and then just make little circles with your hip. Going to the right, and going to the left. And then maybe make some figure eights. Opposite opposite direction. I always have to think about that one. And then taking those hands on either side of your thigh, and then press the thigh into your hands, relax the shoulders. Let that right hip drop. Take a nice full inhale there. And exhale. Taking that right ankle, place it over the left thigh, flex through the foot, and then keep those hands on the floor, draw the knee up. Take an inhale. Exhale, release the left foot until it hovers above the ground, using a little bit of core. Inhale, draw the knee in. Exhale, down. 2 more times, inhale in. Exhale, down. This time, inhale in and hold. Keep the arms on the floor. Flex through the foot, send that right hip forward, and then rock a little bit from side to side. And then release that left foot down, right foot releases down. Take the left leg up to the ceiling. Keep the arms on the floor and do little circles with that left leg, switching directions. And then figure 8s. Keeping the breath slow, opposite direction with that figure 8. And then grabbing onto the back of the thigh, relax the shoulders, let that left hip drop. Just feeling the back of the hamstring. And then bending that knee, take the ankle across the opposite knee, bring the hands back down to the floor. As you inhale, draw the knees into the chest. Exhale, hover the foot. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, hover. Inhale, draw it in. And exhale, hover. This time, inhale, draw it in and hold. Flex through both feet. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side when you feel that tension or that tightness. Hold there and breathe. One more full inhale. As you exhale, release that foot down. Place the left foot down, pause there. Doing a little bit of spinal warm up. We're gonna draw ourselves over to the right side of our mat. And we're gonna roll all the way over onto our left side. So your left arm is a pillow. You're gonna stack your knees, so your knees and hips are in line. You're gonna stack your ankles and your knees in line. And then you're gonna take your right arm, reach it out in front of you. On your inhale, slide it above your head, open up to the right. And as you exhale, bring it back to the center. Inhale, open up. Exhale, back to center. Last time, inhale, open up, pause there, bend both elbows like cactus, squeeze the knees together, lengthen tailbone toward your heels. Take a full inhale here. And exhale back to center. Good. Place your right hand on the top of your right thigh. Roll yourself over onto your back. And switch directions. I'm just going to switch around into my mat. And then roll over onto your right side. Right arm is a pillow. Knees and hips are in line. Knees and ankles are in line. And then take your left arm forward. As you inhale, slide it above your head, bring it behind you, opening up. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, opening it up. Exhale, back to center. This time as you inhale, open it up, pause there, exhale. Draw in through the low belly, squeeze knees together, take another inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, press yourself up. Pausing there. And from here, you're going to roll yourself over onto your hands and knees. Find a little bit of cat-cow. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, press the hands around the spine. 2 more times, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. 1 more time here, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Inhale comes to a nice long spine. As you exhale, take that right leg, extend it long, ground through the toes, draw in through the low belly, and then start to hover that right leg. Take an inhale there. Exhale, round, draw knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press into the floor, round. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round, and then step that foot forward. Extend the leg, the back leg nice and long. Pause there. Roll the shoulders back, maybe use those blocks, and then let the back knee drop. Inhale, takes those arms up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, right arm down by the side, left arm over. Inhale, comes back up to center. Exhale, cactus arms to the right. Take an inhale, extend through those arms. And exhale, left hand down to blocker floor. Press down into that left shoulder, roll it back, lift up, and then exhale, top arm overhead. Inhale, reach the top arm up, look to the back of the mat, reach to the back of the mat. Exhale, top arm overhead. One more time, inhale, reach to the back of the mat. And exhale, overhead, and all the way to the floor. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale, bend into the knee. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, shift it back. Pause. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend back into that knee. Plant the hands, straighten the back leg, step it back, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Check in right side, left side differences, pedal the feet. Maybe shift the hips from side to side. Take a nice full inhale here. And exhale. As you inhale, come back down to the mat, hands and knees. Grounding down into the hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Inhale, nice long spine. Take that left leg, extend it long, ground through the toes, draw in through the belly, and then hover the leg. Take an inhale here, press into the hands. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round, and step that foot forward. Extend the back leg. Pause there. Take an inhale, wiggle that back leg back more. And then exhale, drop the back knee. As you inhale, take those arms up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Take an inhale, left arm down by the side. Exhale, right arm overhead. Inhale, brings those arms back up. Exhale, cactus arms to the left. As you inhale, reach through those arms. And exhale, right hand down to the blocker floor. Press down into that right hand, roll the right shoulder back as you lift the left arm up. Exhale, left arm over ear. Inhale, left arm to the back of the mat, look back. Exhale, top arm over top ear. One more time, inhale, look back. And exhale, circle that hand all the way to the floor. Take an inhale, long spine. Lift the back leg. And exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Take a couple more breaths here. Press down and forward. Lift up through the low belly. Press back into those heels. Nice full inhale. And exhale. Another full inhale here. And exhale. Putting a little bend into those knees. Inhale, walks those hands back toward your feet. Press down into those feet as you inhale, lengthen long spine. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Relax the head. Give a little nod, yes. A little shake, no. Maybe interlink opposite hands and elbows. And then exhale fully. Hands to knees or shins. Inhale, lengthen long spine. Exhale, take those arms, reach them back. Imagine you're laying on the floor, draw the shoulder blades onto the back, bring those shoulder blades closer toward one another, bring the palms closer to one another as your pinkies lift to the ceiling. Good, draw in through the belly, press down into the feet, knees can still be bent or start to straighten, but be mindful of the low back. Another inhale here. Exhale. Press into those feet, inhale, lifts the chest, lifts the arms. And exhale, hands to heart. Make that journey to the top of your mat. Once you get to the top of your mat, have your blocks in case you need them. Ground down into those feet. We'll do a half sun salutation, reconnecting with our breath. Exhale fully. Inhale, takes the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, refold. Press into the legs. Inhale, takes the arms out and up. And exhale, hands to heart. Adding on, bend the knees, inhale, reach, find your chair. Exhale, hold. Gonna draw in through the belly, lift the chest. Each pose we're gonna hold for about 3 to 4 breaths. Take another big inhale here. And exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, steps that left foot back, nice long lunge. Pause there, draw in through the low belly. Engage the legs, and then inhale, draws those arms up. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Power up the back leg, and then draw those low ribs in. Another full inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart. As you inhale, open it up, warrior two. Front knee stacks right over that front ankle. Find a little bit more weight in the back leg, and then expand through those arms as you gaze over your front fingers. Another big inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, straightens that front leg. Exhale, extend that right sideways forward. Hand comes down to the block or the floor. Press down into that bottom hand to lift the top hand higher. Trikonasana. Press down into those feet. Tailbone to your back heel as you open the chest. Maybe take the gaze up. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bends into that right knee. Hand can stay up behind, in front, or on top of that right thigh. Take a big inhale here. And exhale, top arm over. Press into that bottom shoulder. Roll open the chest. Take another inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, reaches you back up. Warrior two. Exhale. As you inhale, circle that left hand forward. Take your back foot, step it out and in slightly for warrior one. Draw in through the lower belly, press into the feet, and then draw those left ribs slightly forward. Take another full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, straightens that front leg. As you exhale, hands to your hips or behind your back, interlink the fingers or prayer hands. Take an inhale again there, and then exhale, fold forward. Right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. Press into that front foot. Hands can stay on hips. Maybe they go to blocks or the floor, but keep lengthening the chest forward. Another full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, start to lift and lengthen. As you exhale, left hand's going to come down to the block floor, maybe even a chair, and then start to rotate toward the right. Press into that bottom hand. Make sure it presses into something solid as you rotate the chest to the right. Maybe your right arm reaches. Take another breath there. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, circles both hands down to the floor, bend into that right knee. Back heel is going to come up. Back knee can go to the ground, or inhale, lift the chest, hands to heart. Exhale, rotate toward the right. Left elbow, right knee. Press palms together, draw the chest toward your palms, and then lean your head away from your hands. Lift up through that left thigh. Take one more big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, plant the hands, frame that foot, pause. Take a nice full inhale there. And then as you exhale, you have the choice, either vinyasa, meet back to standing, or standing splits. Lift that back leg, nice long spine here, drop the head. Gonna keep lifting to that back inner thigh, so all 5 toes on the top leg, drop to the bottom. Take another inhale there. Exhale, step it forward. Everybody meets the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Press into those legs. Inhale brings you up. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment, stand in Tadasana, acknowledging right side, left side differences. And exhale fully. Adding on, bend the knees, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, step the right foot back. Nice long spine. Pausing there, take an inhale. And then on your exhale, draw up through the low belly, lift the chest. Coming into that high lunge, send your front knee forward, draw up through the low belly, and then power up that back leg. Take another inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Press down into those feet. Tailbone drops to the floor. That front knee draws toward the left side of your mat. Gazes over those front fingers. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straightens that front leg. As you exhale, extend that left side waist forward. Hand comes down to the block or the floor. Press down into that bottom hand to lift the top arm. Tailbone lengthens to your back heel and lean slightly back as if you're going to lean on the wall behind you. Another big inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bends into that left knee and take the top arm overhead. Draw in through the belly. Draw those low ribs in, and then maybe challenge your balance, look up to your top palm. Take another full breath. Exhale. Inhale, press yourself back up, warrior 2. Exhale there. Taking that right arm, circle it forward. Take your back foot, step it slightly in and out for warrior 1. Press down into those feet, lift up through the chest, and then draw those right ribs slightly forward. Take another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, straightens that front leg. Exhale, hands to hips or behind the back. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, start to fold forward. Draw that right hip forward slightly as the left hip draws back, and then really press into the legs. Take another full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, that right hand's going to come down to the block floor or something you can press into and rotate your chest to the left. Lift up and lengthen. Maybe that left arm reaches. Take another inhale, press through the feet. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, both hands frame the foot. Come up onto the ball of the back foot. Wiggle that right foot back. Back knee can drop if you need. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, rotate to the left. Right elbow, left knee. Draw in through the low belly. Press those palms toward one another as you draw those thumbs toward your chest. Lift and roll that left shoulder back. Take another inhale, lean away from your hands. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, frame the foot. Pause there, take an inhale. And then your choice, either vinyasa or exhale, lift your right leg to the ceiling, standing splits. Take that left hip, draw into the center line. Lift up through the right inner heel as you allow the head to come forward. Spread through the toes. Take another inhale here. And as you exhale, step that right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen long spine. And exhale, fold. Pressing down into those legs. Inhale brings you up. And exhale, hands to heart. Pausing there for a moment. Closing your eyes. Take a nice full inhale. And exhale. Allow the eyes to open. Bring yourself back to center. We're now going to move toward the wall. So I'm going to adjust things a little bit to move toward the wall, and then we'll meet you at the wall. Bring your blocks, bring your straps, maybe bring a blanket, and I will see you at the wall. All right, we're at the wall. Here we go. Everybody's favorite, quad stretch. Now, if you don't have a wall space, you also can take your knee and place it at the base of your couch. So then the top of your foot would either go over the couch cushion, or you can point it up to the top. So you have that as an option too. I like lots of padding. We're going to start with our right knee against the wall. Toes are going to point straight up the wall. Blocks, chairs, something in front of you so that you can press into. And then shift your hips back to the wall. So this might be your pose today. Shifting back, that might be it, right? Make sure that I'm going to switch sides here. Make sure that your foot is just outside your hip. And then you're going to, if you can, step your right foot forward. Keep pushing those hips back. Now, once you're here, you're going to want to push your knee down and in toward the floor. And then send your hips back. So you might stay here. Maybe hands come to your knee. Drop into the low belly. As you do that, press your knee down, squeeze in. Press all 5 toenails into the wall, and then keep pulling that low belly in. Good. Maybe you draw your shoulder blades back. Press into that front foot as much as you're pressing into the back knee. And then that opposite hip, right, the knee that's bent, it might start to creep out to the side. Can you roll that hip down to the floor as well? It's going to intensify that stretch. Don't forget to breathe. 2 more full rounds of breath here. Good, and then slowly come forward on your next inhale. Walk those hands forward, walk the foot forward any little bit, and see if you can drop those hips forward. Press into the wall with your foot, and then roll the shoulders back. It's getting a little deeper into the hip flexor, that big psoas muscle that goes around from the low back down onto your quadriceps. Good, and then shift the hips back. Drop that front knee down, bring the knee against the wall off. Come down, point and flex through the feet. Maybe do a cat-cow. And then second side. Draw that left knee up against the wall. All 5 toes point up the wall, take a peek. And then start to shift the hips back. Maybe step the left foot forward. Even if your left foot doesn't come forward, all you're going to do is just keep working your hips back. You're going to get into that quadricep. Make sure you press all 5 toes into the wall. And then just pause along the way. Right? There's going to be places that are a little bit tighter. And then draw that bottom knee down and in toward the center line. Maybe start to lift yourself up. And that bent knee, the one that's forward, that hip's going to want to draw out to the sides. Can you roll that hip down to the floor? Squeeze your thighs toward one another as you press into the wall. Nice, full breaths. Draw those low ribs in wherever you are in the position. 2 more full breaths here. And then slowly come out of it. Lean forward. Walk the hands forward. See if you can walk that front foot forward any little bit, and then drop the hips forward slightly. Press the foot into the wall. Press the knee into the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale shifts the hips back. Exhale brings that front knee down. Take the back knee forward. Come to hands and knees. Point and flex through the feet. Maybe do a little cat-cow. And then from here, take your props, move them out of the way. Take that blanket, move it out of the way. Any padding you have near the wall. We're gonna do a little bit of downward dog at the wall. You have option for handstand here too. So you have L-shaped handstand. If you have regular handstand, you can go into that. I'm gonna just talk you into the L-shape at the wall. Ground down into those hands. And then tuck your toes. So your balls of your feet are right at the baseboard. Press your heels into the wall. And then lift your hips, come into a shortened downward dog. And this might be your pose today. You might just stay here. Press down and forward. Send the hips back. Look to your feet. And breathe here. If you want to go a little bit further, maybe you place one foot halfway up the wall, so just bend the knee to the chest, press the foot into the wall, press into those hands, and then press into the foot into the wall, and just hover that bottom leg. So it's a three-legged dog kind of. And then bring that back down. Switch sides. Pressing that foot, the opposite foot in, and then straighten that leg, lift the hip, and back down. Three-legged downward dog. Take breaks if you are doing your L shape. If you want to go a little bit further, walk that foot halfway up the wall. Press into the foot, press down and forward into the hands. Keep the knees bent, bring both feet to the wall. So really bend deeply into the knees. And then over time, as you're more comfortable, straighten those legs. Look to your hands. Draw in through the low belly. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, bend into the knees. Bring the feet to the floor, knees down, hips to heels, child's pose. Take a few deep breaths. And you always have the option, you're at home, pause it, try that again, join back in, press play when you're ready to move on. 3 more deep breaths here. Exhale fully. Inhale, slowly shift your weight forward. Roll over so that you're facing the wall and that your feet are going to come to the base of the wall. So your toes are right at the edge, and then you're going to roll yourself down onto your back. And pause here. And we're going to do a couple bridge lifts here and then a little bit of wheel before we go into the shoulder stand. Press down into those elbows. Fingertips point to the ceiling. Take an inhale, lift the hips, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and hold as you exhale. Press down into those elbows, draw knees toward one another, send the shins to the wall as you draw those heels toward your elbows. Press the back of the head into the floor. Take one more full inhale. And exhale, release. If you have a full wheel practice, you're more than welcome to go into that now. Be mindful of those shoulders. We're going to do 2 more rounds of bridge or wheel, Urdhva Dhanurasana or Setu Bandhasana. So ground out into those feet. Reach your hands to your heels this time. Press down, inhale, lifts those hips. Exhale, roll the shoulders onto your back. Maybe interlink those hands behind your back and press those pinkies down. Keep rolling those shoulder blades toward one another on your back. Press the back of the head into the floor to lift the chin. 2 more full breaths. Exhale fully. Inhale, unwinds those arms. Exhale, lowers those hips. One final time, I'm going to talk through Urdhva Dhanurasana. I like to use my blocks to lift my hips slightly higher. If you're going to Urdhva Dhanurasana, bring your hands back by your ears. Thumbs can either face your shoulders or your fingers face your shoulders. I like to get up with my thumbs facing my shoulders, fingers pointing out. Press down into those feet. Take an inhale, lift the hips. Come to the top of your head. Turn your palms, face your fingers toward your feet. Press down, shoulder heads draw into their sockets. And then exhale, straighten the arms. Good, draw knees toward one another. Let those shoulders draw onto your back as you lengthen the chin toward the end of your mat. Press with legs, press with hands. Take another inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, chin toward chest. Exhale, bend those elbows and lower to the ground. Pause there. Let your knees knock in, let your feet be the distance of your mat apart. And then from here, coming into a little supported shoulder stand. I like to have a little bit of support for my neck, so I'm going to use my blanket. The rolled end of my blanket, or you can have a pillow, is going to go right underneath my shoulders so that my head will be here. My shoulder is going to be atop along that folded edge. You want to get close enough to the wall that you can do that with your legs going up the wall. So you're kind of away from the wall here. Press down into those elbows. Press your feet into the wall, and then inhale, lift your hips to the ceiling. Adjust as you need, and then bring those hands onto your low back. Press into the wall, and then roll your right shoulder under more. Roll to the right, roll your left shoulder under more. Press those hips up, press your head into the floor to lift your chin away from your chest, and maybe you stay here. So you're getting the benefits of shoulder stand. My hands are going to come further down. They're not on my booty. They're below, right there on that sacrum. Elbows keep pointing toward the wall. Maybe one foot comes off. Take a couple breaths there. The second foot maybe comes off. If you'd like to bring both feet off the wall, take one leg that's up to the ceiling, draw it back toward the end of your mat first, engage the core, and then take the second foot to meet it. So you're going to be more in a little bit of an angle. So this is more of a candlestick pose. Over time, you're going to use your core, use your whole back side and front side to lift those hips up and point through the toes. But staying here, resting a lot in your hands is totally fine to start. Keep your chin and gaze up toward the ceiling. Take another couple rounds of breath here. When you're ready, there's always the wall back for you, for your feet, so you can pause there. And you can even release your hands and let your legs do the work. So maybe your wrists or your elbows are bothering you. You can still get that shoulder stand benefit by just using the wall and pressing those feet into the wall. 3 more full breaths here. Slowly releasing those hips. As you do, unwind the shoulders and take those legs, hug the knees into the chest. Pause there. Look over your right shoulder, take an inhale. Exhale. Look over your left shoulder, take an inhale. Exhale. And come back to center. Pause there for a moment. And from here, we're going to do pigeon at the wall. So I like to bring myself just staying right where I am, and then I adjust from there. So take both legs up the wall for a moment. And then you're going to take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee. And then slide that left foot down until it presses into the wall. Flex your right foot, and then send your right knee to the wall. Drop your hips to the ground. If your hips are hovering, you're too close to the wall. Walk yourself back. Good. You want that low back pressing into the floor or your blanket. Flex the foot and then relax the arms. I like this because my arms can relax. I don't have to worry about my shoulders creating any tension. And I'm just going to breathe here. If you want a deeper stretch, you just walk that foot down the wall. And then if you want even deeper, then you come up onto the ball of the foot that's on the wall. Keep flexing your feet, maybe rock a little bit. And then from here, we're going to come into a little bit of a twist. So walk yourself away from the wall just a little bit. And then you're going to shift your hips, press into the wall, shift your hips to the right. So you're mostly on that left hip. And then that right foot's going to drop down to the ground. Keep hugging knees into your chest so that left foot slides down the wall. And then press your right knee toward the wall as you press your left foot into the wall. Your right foot presses into the floor. And then maybe look over your right shoulder. You're going to feel this stretch along your outer hip slightly. And then from here, you're going to let that right knee draw toward your chest. Take that right ankle, stack it on top of the left ankle, so both feet press into the wall. Press your left hand on the top of that right knee and twist a little deeper. Lower belly draws in. Press into the wall as that tailbone lengthens to the wall. Exhale here. Inhale, engage the core, draw the knees back up to center. Exhale, press the feet into the wall, bring the hips back to center. Come a little bit closer to the wall for the second side. Extend both legs up. Take that left ankle over the right knee. Flex the feet, and then slide that right foot down until you feel that hip engage. And again, if your hips are floating up too high, you're too close, walk yourself back. And then walk the foot down as that stretch becomes less and less. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. If you want it more intense, come up onto the ball of the right foot. Send that left hip forward. Keep flexing through the left foot. Try to relax the shoulders as much as possible. Coming into that first twist. You're going to press your right foot into the wall. Shift your hips over to the left. And then slowly bring yourself down. Press that right foot into the wall. Your left foot's going to press into the floor. And then you're going to send that left knee toward the wall. You might need to move a little bit away from the wall in order to give yourself some space. And then if it's comfortable, look over your left shoulder. This side's a lot tighter for me. Another big inhale here. Exhale. As you inhale, draw that left knee toward your chest. Stack that left ankle on top of the right. Squeeze knees together. Send your tailbone to the wall as you open up into the twist. Use the leverage of the wall and the top hand pressing into that left thigh to create a little deeper twist for the upper back. One more full inhale here. Exhale. From here, take your left hand, bring it all the way over to the right. So you're going to lay on your right side. Use your right hand as a pillow. Pause there for a moment. And then from here, you have the option. You can finish your class with legs up the wall if you'd like. If you know you have a lot of planned for your day ahead of being on your feet, you might want to take that as your Shavasana. Otherwise, press yourself up. Extend yourself out on your mat, making yourself comfortable. Lengthening out those legs. And then draw the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze, happy baby. Lengthen out, rocking a little bit from side to side. And then extending those legs out, palms face up. If your legs are up the wall, allow your knees to be slightly bent. Everybody snuggle your shoulder blades onto your back. Press the back of your head into the floor just slightly and then release. Scan over the body here, get out any little wiggles you need to. And then wherever you are in your breathing cycle, exhale fully. Take a full inhale. And sigh it out. Inhale. Let it go. This time inhaling, bring that intention back to mind. Hold on to the breath for a moment, let that intention settle in. And then letting go, breathing out anything that's not going to serve you in a positive way today. Holding on to the good, letting go of the negative. Surrender here in Shavasana for a few moments as your body and mind take rest. Allowing your next breath to come in a little deeper. On your next breath, bring some movement into the fingers and toes. Maybe even the wrists and ankles. Being mindful of the wall behind you if your head is facing the wall. On your next inhale, reach your arms back and up toward the ceiling and then back behind you. Slide your feet together for those that are at the wall. Draw your knees into your chest. Exhale, bend your knees into the chest, hugging them in, rocking a little bit from side to side. When you're ready, rolling yourself over to your favorite side, letting that lower arm be a pillow. Pause there for a moment. Scan over the body, acknowledging any shifts and changes from the practice this morning. And then rolling over into that top hand, extend your top leg, press yourself up. Coming all the way back up to seated position. Pause there for a moment, allowing the eyes to close. Hands come to the heart center. Allowing yourself to be in the room, on your mat, and in your body. Connecting again with that intention that you set for your day ahead. Allowing the strength, the energy, and especially the breath of this practice help you with that intention whenever you need it most. We'll seal our practice in together with one final Om. Take a full inhale. Bowing your head slightly. Taking a moment, think of one thing in your life that you truly are grateful for. And holding on to that image in your mind's eye as you raise your head with a smile. Thank you for taking time for yourself this morning. Thank you for joining me. Drink lots of water, eat your veggies, and wear some sunblock. We'll see you next time. Namaste.